Hey thread bangers. I got a lot of questions from my last video about when I made the underwear beanie. Cause I made it with the crotch, but you can also make one with the butt, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Alright, first step, take some scissors. First, I suggest you iron out the underwear. Iron your tunis. Make sure they're flat. That way, that way without measuring, you can still cut the sides out and still have two even pieces. And then now, once you cut the sides, see where this crotch is? Where the crotch lines up with the butt? Cut it off there. Alright, after you cut the sides out, you should have something like this. And since I've shown you how to make one out of this already, we're going to make one with the butt. So go right here and cut with scissors right along the seam. And then you should have two separate pieces, a butt and a front. Now you see I've separated the two pieces at the crotch. There's your front end. But now I'm going to show you how to make one with the back. Now you fold this one in half. Pin these two sides together. See? 1, 2, put these together. And then you take pins on them, and then you sew the seam up. Alright, now after you get them pinned up, what you do is you measure ½ an inch in from the seam or from the edge, and then you sew down. Now I'm doing a single stitch, number 1 on most of your sewing machines. Okay, after you're done sewing the seam, you should have something like this. Now, flip it over. You want the seam you just sewn to be facing up. Something looking like a tube sock or leg warmer. There you go. Now you see I've sewn it up here already. And right here you cut off the excess. Unless, if you want, you can flip it over and have something like that. But what I like to do is just cut off the excess. And I'll show you what you can do with the leftovers on a future project. But right now, just cut off the excess. Make sure to leave about an inch or inch and a half extra that you cut off. Don't cut off too close to the where you sewed or to the thread line, because then it'll just make that seam go open up. Okay, so just cut off the excess. If you need help, just use your finger to guide you, and where your finger ends, like on the outside of your finger, that's where you cut. And see, what we came up with is a square, and to make it more contour to your head, I'm going to take these corners, measure about an inch in, but if you don't have any measuring tape or tailor's tape or whatever you want to call it, you can use your finger. And if you need more, use your thumb. And then you take where your thumb is and you sew along here. So that should be about an inch in. Alright, you see where I sewn. Now I did a double stitch for extra protection. And now what you do, these little corner pieces, you take your finger again, and then you cut off the excess. This is what you should end up with. Now if you need more contour to your head, you can just take this corner and do the same thing you did here. Now whenever someone asks you why you're scratching your head, just tell them your butt itches. Alright, I have my model SK here, wearing the beanie we just made. Now I know some of you have questions. This is one way you can wear it, but if you want to show your pant size, you can just turn it around and it'll show. So it all depends on what you want to show. Now the reason you see these pointing up is because my model here doesn't have skin or hair or flesh. Arr, he be a pirate, he is.